Hi, I'm Liv and welcome back to the Book Nook. Hey guys, so this video has already been way more trouble than it's going to turn out to be worth. Spent half an hour filming and my camera went beep beep, you've got no more memory. So okay, go over and sort that out, delete some files to free it up. Deleted the wrong ones. Deleted everything. Deleted all I'd done. So let's try again. I've got that fucking Wellerman sea shanty in my head. So today's video is going to be, and I'm getting deja vu because I've said all this already, but none of you know it. Going to be talking through my TBR for Simon over at Savage Reads, Winter Book Hibernation. It is starting tomorrow, Friday the 22nd of January, through till Sunday the 31st of January. Don't know why I tried to do that all in one breath. Don't know why I can't breathe. What's wrong with me? Help! Now, at the moment, I am feeling super hormonal and super bored, which is not something I am alone in, I know, and I realise that a lot of people are finding this lockdown a lot harder, and I read a really interesting article about all the various reasons why this lockdown is something that people are struggling with more, and I'll post that in the description down below because why not, more reading. And it's definitely very true, the boredom is setting in, the sort of difficulty concentrating on stuff. I've got loads of shit that I need to do that I didn't get around to doing in the first lockdown because it was summer, and who wants to sit inside staring at screens all day doing all the kind of digital admin they've been putting off for like 3 years when they could be sitting outside reading a book and putting no pressure on themselves to get through these unprecedented times. So I have made a start doing some stuff, but I think this winter book hibernation is going to be very much what the doctor ordered. And by doctor, I mean my womb and my hormones, and let's just move on. So Simon and Tom over at Tom Reads Books are running this winter book hibernation, and they've got a lovely list of prompts to set up a TBR for this winter book hibernation. So I've struggled a bit more building a TBR this time round. Now my whole relationship, I think as I've alluded to before with TBRs, has been a bit wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, crappy, pappy, where I'm really good at, guys, at picking TBRs in terms of like picking a stack of themed books, or like these all go together, or these would be lovely to read one after another in a time period, but I'm really bad when it comes to actually choosing what I'm going to read from that stack. Now with this list of prompts, I struggled to find books for some of the prompts, a bit more than usual, and B, I know that I'm going to struggle to actually read the ones off it, probably. So I'm calling this a TB Maybe R, which I know is not very catchy. TBMR. TB Maybe R. Not very catchy, not very cool, just like me. There are a couple on here that I know I'm going to get to, but I am also trying not to, in the spirit of, you know, not putting too much pressure on myself from day to day. Just try not to put too much pressure on myself in terms of what I'm reading, because reading is meant to be fun. And, you know, if I want to read by whim, I'll read by whim, which is really hard to say. So let's go through the list of prompts. So number 1, a book with an alliterative title. Number 2, a book with an icy blue cover or part of its cover. 3, a book with a feather on the cover. 4, a backlist book of an author you've read before and want to go back to, or read a book by a new to you author. Then there are extra prompts. 1 is read Bellman and Black by Diane, Setfield, which covers all the basic prompts. 2 is read a book with winter, snow or ice in the title. 3, we'd read a wintry poem. We were so close, we so nearly did it. And 4 is to share your winter reading lists on all the socials. As I say, I kind of struggled finding books that fit these briefs a little bit more this time around. I don't know why. I did a lot of Googling books with feathers on the cover, books with winter in the title, blue books, which as an ex-bookseller, particularly that latter one, never thought I'd be Googling. I've kind of got some books that like double prompt, and I think I've got one that like triple prompts, which is very exciting when you've got nothing else going on in your life. But my fail-safe, and by which I mean a kind of a solid, definite gonna read and confident I'm gonna enjoy, is Bellman and Black by Diane Setfield. Now I really, really enjoyed Once Upon a River by Diane Setfield. I think that's the title. It's not in the front of this book because this book was written before it, hence the whole backlist thing. I really, really enjoyed it, and it's one of those books that very much hit the same kind of vibes for me as The Essex Serpent, in that it's a genre and a kind of book that I was like, not really my jam, don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Turns out bloody loved it. So I'm really, really hopeful for this one, about a young boy who kills a rook with a rock out of a catapult and then years later meets a mysterious stranger, and then some shop opens up and everything's meant to be ooh, mysterious and weird, and very much here for it now. So that one feels like a real good pick, so thank you Simon and Tom for that, and I am definitely going to be reading that one. That is something I can hang my proverbial hat on. In terms of alliterative titles, I swear I spent 15 minutes standing in front of my bookshelves looking for books with alliterative titles, and I could only find one. I was probably being totally blind, and there's probably loads more, and I'll discover them next week and be like, how the hell did I miss this? But Anyway, the one I found was The Word for Woman is Wilderness, which I feel like gives me like an extra point because it's got 3. There's no points in this. Points don't mean prizes. Points mean nothing. So The Word for Woman is Wilderness by Abby Andrews is one that I've been meaning to read for a while, and I will maybe get to it this week. Who knows? Maybe. Another one that I don't have on my shelf, but I'm going to add to this kind of TV maybe art, is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Naomi Novik is somebody whose work I have wanted to read for a while. She's someone who a few of my friends have really recommended. Maybe not so much Spinning Silver compared to Uprooted, but as it's alliterative and I've wanted to read her stuff, it's on the list. Then the third one that fits alliterative and also has icy blue on the cover is Winter by Jordan Stratford. Now this is a book that tells the story of Lagertha, who you will know if you watch Vikings, is one of the wives of Ragnar Lothbrok from myth and legend and whatnot. So it's Vikings, you know it's my jam. And yeah, it's got a blue cover and it's got alliteration in the title. That's 2 for 2. It's also meant to not be very long. That's what she said. I am so mature. Speaking of not very long, and grow up. And also blue cover, and also has winter in the title, so it's only 2 of the prompts, just the third one's in my mind, and that is Tim Winton's In the Winter Dark. So it's a nice slim novel about people who live in a place called Sink, who go there because they're like lonely or have an affinity with nature, and then some weird creatures on the loose somewhere. Someone's getting a parcel and I really hoped it was me, but it's not. So blue cover, winter, done. And another one that's a double prompter. No, this is the one that's a triple prompter. This is, well, it's a definite double prompter and a possible triple prompter. That is Mary Oliver's Winter Hours. So it's got blue on the cover, it's got winter in the title, and it's got, hopefully, a poem about winter in it. It's a collection of Mary Oliver's prose poems, and poems. And as it's got winter in the title, I'm hoping there's going to be a wintry poem in there. But this is going to be one that I dip in and out of anyway, because it's not something I think I will be able to sustain my attention span on. And if it doesn't have a wintry poem, or if I've been reading it for a while and I've not found a wintry poem, what I am going to do is use a fantastic resource, which is Poetry Foundation Online, which is something I used a lot when I was a student, and I don't use it as much now, but I really should. And if you're thinking, I haven't got like a winter poetry anthology like me, and I don't know that I want to buy one and take the risk on not really liking it, or maybe just budget's tight and you can't really afford, maybe just budget's tight and you can't really afford one, or maybe you just don't really want to buy one. Poetry Foundation actually has a page, and I will post a link to it in the description below, that is a collection of winter poems. So you can fill your boots. You can read more than one wintry poem. You can splash out and push the boat out and mix as many metaphors as you like and just read some shit about winter, innit? So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm thinking I'm going to spend an evening with a candle and sit and read some winter poems, when the reality is I'm probably just going to read a couple on my phone before bed. Then last up on my TB maybe is one that I think I would probably read if I just, you know what, if my head's not really in a kind of concentraty space and just want something kind of light and fun, and that is Terry Pratchett's Wintersmith. Now this has got winter in the title and snow on the cover, so boom, another double prompter. Thank you very much. So I think it's technically the third in the Tiffany Aching series, which is all the ones with the Wee Free Man, and I can't remember the other one, but I don't really think it has to be read in order. They are Terry Pratchett's books more aimed for children, and in this one, Winter falls in love with Tiffany Aching and she has to fix it, otherwise spring's never gonna come. I mean, we've all been there. It's a problem we've all had. So that is my super coherent, top-notch, professionally rendered winter book hibernation. Chibi maybe are. But further in the spirit of not putting pressure on myself, if I go browsing the little hashtags and see some other books that fit the prompts and I think, you know what, I fancy that one, I'm just going to do it. So, will you be joining in with Winter Book Hibernation, a lovely bookish week of wintry reading and stuff? If you are, what's on your TBR? I will be checking out all the hashtags on the socials, because that's a sentence I say now. And very much looking forward to just trying to chill the fuck out and read some books. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, that was a bit Devon, wasn't it? Oh, me Devon's on show. Right, I'm off to hopefully not delete all this footage again, and instead edit it. That would be good. As usual, stay safe, keep well, stay at home where you can, and I was gonna go into like a Bruce Forsyth, keep reading. I mean, I did it. Right, see you next time, folks. Bye!